Gentlemen, here's a truth most men over 50 never hear. Dr. Hana, men's sexual health, that back pain, the stiff hips, low energy, slow recovery, fading strength, even the steady decline in testosterone. None of it is caused by age itself. The real cause is far simpler, far more widespread, and far easier to fix. You've stopped practicing the primal movements your body was designed to use. That's the real issue. Not aging. Not genetics. Not just getting older. It's disuse. When your hips no longer move as intended, when your glutes shut down, when your spine grows rigid, when the deep pelvic stabilizers fall asleep, your entire system starts collapsing inward. Circulation slows, hormone output drops, posture weakens, breathing becomes shallow, and your body communicates all of it through stiffness, discomfort, exhaustion, and lower testosterone. Here's the empowering truth. If dysfunction begins when primal patterns disappear, then recovery starts the moment you reintroduce them, properly, consistently, and with purpose. And that's exactly what we're doing today, in this video. You'll practice 5 proven primal movements that restore nearly 95% of what men over 50 tend to lose. Hip mobility, spinal support, glute engagement, balance, pelvic blood flow, and the hormonal signals that naturally support testosterone. These are not bodybuilding exercises. They're not stretches. They're the fundamental movement patterns. Your body was built on patterns that generate strength from the inside out. From the ground upward, from the pelvis into the spine. Master these 5 and everything shifts. Your posture straightens, your steps feel lighter, your back releases, energy rises, and testosterone begins moving in the direction it should. Let's start. Dr. Hana, Men's Sexual Health 1, Horse Stance. Stand with your feet set wider than shoulder width. Lower your hips as if sitting onto a low, invisible seat. Keep your spine tall, chest open, and knees pressing outward. Sink until your legs fully engage, then stay there. Breathe deeply, slowly, with control. Horse stance has been used for centuries for one simple reason. It rebuilds the foundation. It activates the inner thighs, quadriceps, glutes, and deep hip musculature, the exact areas men over 50 lose first. This position teaches your body to support the spine without tension. It trains the hips to open, the knees to stabilize, and the core to activate naturally. Within moments, circulation increases through the pelvic region, and that's critical because healthy pelvic blood flow is directly tied to testosterone. Signaling. As you hold the stance, your breathing deepens. The diaphragm presses downward. The pelvic floor engages. Together, this lowers cortisol and creates the anabolic environment your body needs to feel powerful again. For men over 50, horse stance isn't just an exercise, it's a structural reboot. It flips the lower body on switch. Hold it daily, even for 30 seconds, and you'll notice the change quickly. 2. Deep squat. HOA to yourself fully into a deep squat. Keep your heels planted. Let the knees open outward. Allow your spine to lengthen as you settle into the deepest comfortable range. If needed, lightly rest your elbows against your knees. Then stay and breathe. The deep squat is a natural resting position for the human body, yet most men over 50 completely lose it because modern life removes it from daily movement. When you bring it back, powerful things happen. Your hips decompress, ankles regain mobility, knees realign, the lower back releases, and most importantly, blood flow returns to the pelvic floor, the same network influencing sexual health, prostate function, and testosterone production. The deep squat hold reconnects the hips and spine. When these 2 areas move smoothly together again, every lower body function improves. Walking, standing, lifting, bending, even breathing. If you want greater strength, better stability, and renewed male vitality, this posture is essential. Just 20 to 30 seconds a day can dramatically change how your body feels. 3. Glute BRI lay flat on your back with your knees bent and feet planted firmly on the floor. Press through your heels, contract your glutes forcefully, and raise your hips toward the ceiling. Pause briefly at the top, then lower with control. The glute bridge is arguably the most critical exercise for the modern man. Because weak glutes sit at the center of most issues after 50, back pain, tight hamstrings, hip instability, poor posture, and declining testosterone. When the glutes stop activating, the pelvis tips forward, compressing the lower spine and restricting blood flow through the lower abdomen. That's why stiffness and hormonal decline so often appear together. But once the glutes are reawakened, the process reverses, the pelvis becomes stable, the spine realigns, the lower back releases, the hips regain strength, and circulation returns to the deepest tissues, especially those tied to male hormonal health. Glute bridge supports testosterone naturally because it activates the largest muscle group in the body, stimulates anabolic hormone response, and restores pelvic blood flow. In a single, efficient movement, practice it consistently and lower body strength comes back faster than most men expect. 4. Bird do a G-start on all fours. Reach your right arm forward while extending your left leg straight back. Keep your spine perfectly still. No rotation, no sagging, no arching. Then switch sides. Bird dog may appear simple, but for men over 50, it's one of the most effective movements you can perform. It strengthens the deep spinal stabilizers, the small, intelligent muscles that protect your back from pain. These muscles don't weaken because of age. They weaken because they stop being used. Bird dog brings them back online. It reconnects the brain and body. It restores coordination, balance, and control. And as your core stabilizers re-engage, pressure on the spine decreases, allowing circulation and hormonal signaling to function more efficiently. This movement also retrains contralateral strength, the opposite armlet pattern humans evolved for walking, climbing, and moving powerfully. When this pattern fades, the body weakens. When it returns, everything improves. Men over 50 who practice bird dog regularly report reduced back pain, stronger core engagement, improved hip stability, and higher daily energy. It's a deceptively simple exercise with profound effects. 5. Frog S2ETCH, kneel on the floor and widen your knees. Keep your ankles aligned with your knees. Slowly shift your hips back until you feel a deep stretch through the inner thighs. Support yourself on your hands or forearms. Move slowly. Breathe steadily. Frog stretch is one of the most powerful hip openers for men over 50 and among the fastest ways to restore pelvic blood flow. When the inner hips and adductors tighten, circulation drops sharply. This affects mobility, posture, sexual health, digestion, and hormone balance. The pelvic floor tightens, hip flexors overwork, and the glutes shut down. Frog stretch reverses this chain reaction. It releases deep tension in the adductors, groin, and inner pelvis areas men almost never stretch but desperately need to. As the hips open, blood flows freely again through the tissues that support healthy testosterone production. It also relieves pressure from the lower back, often making the spine feel lighter almost immediately. For many men, this is the stretch that changes everything because it restores hip mobility lost decades ago. Gentlemen, your body isn't failing because you're getting older. It's responding to years of stiffness, sitting, shallow breathing, weak hips, and dormant muscles. The moment you restore these 5 primal patterns, your system switches back on. Your hips loosen. Your spine stabilizes. Your glutes activate, your balance sharpens, your circulation improves, and your testosterone begins rising again, naturally. Strength after 50 isn't about lifting heavier weights. It's about smarter activation. It's about rebuilding the foundation, the hips, pelvis, core, and spine, and letting everything else follow. Do these 5 movements every day, just 10 minutes. Watch how quickly your body responds. You're not finished. You're not declining. You're reawakening the strength that was always there. And before you go, tell me this. Where in the world are you watching from? I want to see where men over 50 are rebuilding their strength.